Coming up on UT10 News, a local musician performed just 1 hour before the deadly Las Vegas shooting.
And UT celebrated its longest running tradition.
Plus, Brandon Smith was at the Glass Bowl for UT's homecoming game, where the Rockets look to continue their 11-year winning streak over Eastern Michigan. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Madison Humphrey.
And I'm Courtney Stack.
59 people died and more than 450 were injured after a gunman opened fire at a Las Vegas music festival just 10 days ago.
Las Vegas police say during the Jason Aldean performance, Stephen Paddock fired into an audience of 22,000 people. Alexis Wheatley and I sat down with another musician who performed at the Route 91 Harvest Festival.
Josh McAfee, a Sylvania native and former UT student, performed only an hour before the first shots were fired.
At first we thought they were fireworks, because it was just a couple I just thought it sounded like 4th of July, someone just lit some firecrackers on the ground.
Josh and his bandmates were in the crowd during the event. After realizing what was happening, they tried to find cover, but when Josh went to find another hiding place, he lost sight of the other band members.
Just pure panic is what came over me. It was just the scariest thing you can imagine. I could have been shot. It was whizzing by me. You can hear it. You can hear it hitting the floor. You can hear it hearing the metal stages. He was only shooting for 11 or 12 minutes, but to me it felt like hours.
He called his loved ones and told them how much he cared for them, but it wasn't until the next day he actually felt safe.
I think it definitely makes me appreciate life a lot more. It makes me appreciate love a lot more. I think you should tell everyone that you love them every time you leave them.
McAfee and the band did play over the weekend in Pittsburgh and said no matter what, the show must go on and to not live in fear.
Thanks, Alexis. According to the Centers for Disease Control, more than 2 million new cases of gonorrhea, syphilis, and chlamydia were diagnosed in 2016. That's the highest annual increase ever reported in the U.S. Lucas County Health Commissioner Eric Skaczynski says Toledo's STD rate mirrors the national trend. He says people practicing unprotected sex and having multiple partners is to blame.
You have choices to make. Make them smart. Understand that there are ways to prevent diseases.
The health department offers treatment at its STD clinic in Toledo. For details, go to UT10news.com. And this month, the University of Toledo Medical Center will be offering free flu vaccinations for its employees and students, all of whom must receive their vaccine by the end of November. Employees have the right to opt out due to religious or medical reasons. UT nurse Andy Fox emphasized the importance of hospital employees to get the flu vaccine due to constant contact with sick patients. He adds more than 6,000 employees were vaccinated through UTMC this year.
For nearly 100 years, the University of Toledo has celebrated its annual homecoming. This past Saturday, festivities kicked off with the UT Homecoming Parade. The parade featured floats from organizations at UT and people around Toledo. Later that day, people headed to Rocket Hall for some tailgating.
Homecoming is, it's everything that you live for as a Rocket. I think the alumni coming back, I have a lot of mentors that come back from 3 hours away,
Danny Napoli and Michaela Pullins were named this year's Homecoming King and Queen. You might not know this, but October is National LGBTQ History Month.
To commemorate this, UT is hosting several events on campus. Our own UT10's Sebastian Harloff has the details.
Last week, a keynote speech was held in commemoration of LGBTQ History Month. With the support of the university's Office for Multicultural Success, the speech was held in the Student Union in room 2592. Thursday of last week, keynote speaker Stephanie Skora said this.
LGBT history is really, really great and really, really interesting, and you rarely get a chance to learn about it unless it's from events like LGBT History Month, and it's part of the history of the place that we live in, it's part of the history of the world.
The event had well over 30 people in attendance and attracted attention from students all across campus.
We're more than our sexual orientation or our gender identity, and we're Rockets just like everybody else.
The Office of Multicultural Success plans to continue to hold events like this all month long. I'm Sebastian Harloff for UT10 News.
There's a move underway in Toledo to bring city leaders and residents together. the city is launching the Engage Toledo Ambassador Academy. It aims to encourage interaction between citizens and city employees. The goal, to showcase what services are available and how to take advantage of them.
Just kind of be able to be our advocates out there in the community to help connect other citizens with us.
Arnold says they are asking UT students to apply by October 16th. Visit our website to find the link to submit your resume. The University of Toledo will be celebrating its 145th birthday this Thursday. That's why it's holding Rocket Forward, You Launch Lives. The event raises money for scholarships, research opportunities, and academic resources. Students and faculty will be able to donate at several locations around campus.
Some additional locations where students can make a gift include the Student Union, Rocket Hall, and then on the Health Science campus, Collier, Wolf, the Ortho Center, and Four Seasons Bistro.
Fundraising begins Thursday at midnight and continues until Friday at noon.
An effort is underway in Toledo to help mothers in need. This month, the United Way of Toledo will partner with Lucas County for its annual fundraiser, Bags for Babies. Last Thursday, hundreds of volunteers filled the Renaissance Hotel to pack 500 bags filled with diapers, onesies, wipes, pacifiers, and Halo sleep sacks. These items will be distributed to local families in need on October 21st.
I'm Brandon Smith, and this is your UT10 Sports Report. It was homecoming weekend, and the Rockets made sure they made the alumni proud as the women's volleyball team took on Western Michigan and the soccer team hosted Eastern Michigan. But first, your Toledo football team took on the Eastern Michigan Eagles right here in the Glass Bowl. Shortly after kickoff, Logan Woodside completed a 32-yard pass to number 4 receiver in the country, Cody Thompson, which resulted in a potential season-ending injury. Toledo made the board first with a 27-yard field goal. However, Eastern Michigan answered back with a touchdown at the end of the first quarter. Running backs Shaquille Seymour and Art Tompkins scored Toledo's only 2 touchdowns of the game. In the fourth quarter, Eastern Michigan attempted to tie the game with a 2-point conversion, but failed to complete the pass. This allowed the Rockets to nail a 20-yard field goal, keeping their 11-year winning streak over the Eagles alive. The Rockets' next game will be this Saturday at Central Michigan. On Saturday night, the women's volleyball team took on the Western Michigan Broncos. Things started out hot as the Broncos got the first point of the game. Toledo answered quickly as they scored the next couple points, but was not able to keep up. Broncos took and kept the lead, winning the first set, but the Rockets were determined to bounce back from their previous game loss. Seniors Annie Beasley and Sage Thomas had a combined 18 blocks, which helped the team gain momentum. Middle hitter Rachel Vitterick had 3 of her 12 kills in the final set, which sealed the victory. The women's next volleyball game will be this Friday against OU in Athens. Closing out our homecoming weekend, the women's soccer team hosted the Eastern Michigan Eagles on Sunday afternoon. The Rockets took advantage of this great weather as they gave it their all, scoring in the first 3 minutes of the half. The Eagles tried to fight back as they made a goal right before halftime, tying the game. As the second half started, Toledo continued to get stronger as they made their second goal by senior Issa Echeverry. Despite the strong efforts by Eastern Michigan, the Rockets were still able to score 2 more goals by the 87th minute of the game, making it their 6th win of the season. Head coach TJ Buchholz explains his thoughts on how the team progressed throughout the game.
We weren't very sharp in the first half, but we fixed some things in the second half, and that helped us have more control over the ball and do better with the passing side of things, which is important to us.
The women's next soccer game will be Friday at home against Akron.
Thanks, Brandon. That's it for UT10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus and bios from all UT10 reporters, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And remember, you can watch the live stream of our newscast production every Tuesday at noon on our YouTube channel. For Courtney Steck, Brandon Smith, and all of our crew, I'm Madison Humphrey. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.